Spotify, Apple Music. These two platforms make streaming your favorite songs a cinch. But which one's the best? Let's talk about it. Before people make assumptions, this video isn't sponsored by either of them. I threw down my money and paid for both to figure out which one's better. But also, let me take this opportunity to check my bias at the door to help you understand where I'm coming from. I'm a longtime user of Apple Music. It's been my main choice for over 5 years, though I've also used Spotify on and off since its US launch in 2011. And now in 2023, through a bit of curiosity along with peer pressure from friends and people in the office, it was a better time than ever to give Spotify another shot. And I've been loving every second of it. So here are some of my top level takeaways after trying both services for over a month. I want to start this discussion on the Apple Music side of things. By the numbers, Spotify beats Apple in paid subscribers 2-1. And if we're counting the free tier users, it's 4-1. So odds are the majority of you watching this video are on Team Green.
Team Android?
They're green for Spotify. Yeah. Oh, did you really not? I was like, are we joking or are we not joking? But why would anyone even consider Apple Music? First of all, Apple technically offers more music. Over 100 million tracks, besting Spotify's claims to over 80 million. Though admittedly, this probably goes unnoticed for most. In terms of what I listen to, I mainly follow a lot of Japanese artists in the J-pop and anime music scenes, the distribution of which was hit and miss a couple of years ago. But these days, within my niche, both Apple Music and Spotify are virtually indistinguishable. By the way, because I've gotten a lot of requests for this in the past, I have a Denki playlist in the description for both platforms if you're curious about what I'm listening to. And also, subscribe to me here on YouTube if you like the video.
Can I been in your car enough times? I know what this playlist sounds like.
My second point might be a bit more obvious to those in the know, but I've had to clarify to a surprising amount of people that Apple Music works with devices outside of the ecosystem. We're talking Android, PS5, smart TVs, they all work surprisingly well, at least for me. There's even support on Windows, though I'll say it's been kind of a work in progress for a while. However, with a web client or third-party apps like Cider, Apple Music can almost go toe-to-toe with Spotify. Lastly, there's value in some of Apple Music's more niche features. Take, for example, Apple Music Sing, which lets you knock the vocals out of millions of songs out there so you could sing along to your favorite tracks. As a Filipino that loves Japanese music, karaoke practically runs through my veins, and Sing has let me scratch that itch on long road trips, in the shower, basically anywhere I want.
Hold on. Time out. How are you using Apple Music in the shower? Could you sing it for us?
I can. I don't want to. You are my fire. Tell me why! If not for that, the amateur audiophile in me loves that Apple has much of its library available in lossless and even high-res at no additional cost. On one hand, this is a bit overkill, considering the company's own AirPods top out at 256 kilobits per second AAC over Bluetooth. However, if you have hardware such as a USB DAC and a nice pair of headphones to make the most of those high-fidelity files, this is one of Apple Music's best value props compared to Spotify and maybe even services like Tidal. And then there's the fact that Apple Music has better ways to organize your music. If you're one of the few that own a personal collection of music, either ripped from a CD, bought from iTunes in the past, or downloaded some other way, the Sync library feature lets you store up to 100,000 songs on the cloud and is accessible through any of your devices on Apple Music. Additionally, smart playlists can comb through your library based on a wide variety of parameters, from play counts to genre, year, date, composer, whatever you want. However, if you're old school and want to take a more hands-on approach to organization and curation, it can be a fun tool to tinker with if you're in tune with your music. So that's Apple Music. But here comes the spice. What's it like switching from Apple Music to Spotify? At first, things on Team Green didn't feel any more or less different or special than what I was used to on Apple Music. Both services offer similar levels of search and playback capability, so getting back up to speed on Spotify was fairly easy. However, to give Spotify the best possible chance for this video, I used an app called Free Your Music, which worked some black magic to sync my libraries and playlists between both platforms. While it was far from perfect and ultimately missed a few things, it worked well enough to get a decent taste of what Spotify does best: discovery. Oh, did you know? The D is silent.
Classic Daft Punk song.
Discovery. I'm so dumb. Take a gander around the interface, especially on mobile, and it's pretty clear to me just how much emphasis Spotify puts on recommendations and trying to get you to listen to more stuff. You see it on the homepage with mixes and playlists for days that are relevant to your tastes. If you're the type to make and curate your own playlists, there's an enhance button right at the top that injects relevant music tracks that you might have not thought about. Or you can scroll all the way down and manually add some tracks based off a list of recommendations. However, what I've been having the most fun with is their new AI DJ. It's hard to talk about without sounding gimmicky or stupid, but basically it's a radio DJ in your pocket. Personalized radio stations aren't a new concept to music streaming. We, of course, have Pandora. Rest in peace.
Is Pandora dead?
No, it's just no one uses it. At the core of this feature is a human-sounding AI that greets you like a radio personality would. Then it fills you in on what you're gonna listen to. It'll interject every 3 to 5 tracks, shift the vibe or genre, and then repeat the cycle for as long as you use it. When the DJ is spot on, which is about 50 to 60% of the time, it genuinely feels good having my music taste be seen. Even kind of impressive that it pronounces a lot of the Japanese artist names surprisingly well, as long as it's written in the alphabet. If the DJ hasn't showed up on your home screen, all you have to do is go to the music submenu, and it shows up pretty much right at the top. Hit the DJ button.
Now, I want to get into some jams that were really doing their thing back in your younger days. Here's MGMT to start you off.
It's not Japanese artists, but then if you really want to keep it at the top of your app, just hit the like button. Also, hit the like button on this video. DJ is also just a cool feature because it's smart enough to know when to fade in and out with its interjections and between songs, so it sounds like it's actually coming from the radio, just without the ads.
Want a break from the ads?
Pay me $5 more, bitch. Keep in mind, this feature is still in beta, so its choices can occasionally be hit or miss, though you can re-roll the dice as many times as you'd like with the DJ button on the bottom of your player until you find a flow that you're into. Did I say button? Beyond discovery, a big reason why I decided to give Spotify another go is the sheer amount of devices it works on. Phones, computers, speakers, TVs, cars, game consoles, you name it, it's probably supported. It's nice knowing that I can seamlessly hop Spotify instances without a compromise in features. Apple Music's okay in this regard, but Spotify really has their full feature set built out on almost every platform. Plus, you can control playback on any device binded to your account. Maybe you want to change songs while you're playing COD on your PS5. Well, you can use your smartphone as a remote and do that without bouncing out of the game. Hanging out with your friends? Do you have friends? You can also set up a group.
What?
You can also set up a group session so that anyone can queue up songs. Overall, the UX is so much more robust than when I was last subscribed a few years ago, and I'm here for it. So everything's mostly been good, but there are some drawbacks. One, I think the UI looks modern and shiny, but functionally, I think it's a bit clunky in some areas. The global search function can offer more sorting options to narrow down what you're looking for, and the sub-feed system on the home screen could be simplified. I'd love to load directly into music, but it won't let me.
And for the amount of exclusive podcasts they have, the podcast interface is a goddamn nightmare.
And I don't even care about podcasts. So, as an Apple Music user, do I think Spotify is better? Well, kinda. It just depends on what your priorities are. From my view, Spotify fills some voids I had with Apple Music, especially in discovery, multi-device support, and social appeal, especially amongst friends. Though by that same token, Apple Music offers better library organization, the ability to listen to most tracks in lossless, plus I have lots of stuff backed up on Apple's library sync feature that simply doesn't exist on Spotify, and I don't want to let go of them. So the real question is, am I jumping ship? No, because I'm a dumbass and want both of them. But which side of the fence are you on? Let me know in the comments below, and otherwise, I'll catch y'all in the next one.